Wisp, Legion Commander.
It's a bit out there, Cap, isn't it?
It is a little bit out there. It's a little bit greedy in that all 3 of their cores need a decent amount of farm. You're going to have a tough time being able to win one of these lanes where the Elder Titan goes.
Look at that clean-shaven boy.
Okay.
And we've seen how Gyrocopter versus Death Prophet in the mid lane actually is kind of okay for the Gyrocopter. I think he loses in the farm battle, but just by a little. He keeps the Death Prophet off of him with homing missile spam.
Okay.
So,
prediction time. Are you dreaming green?
I am not. I'm going to go Virtus.Pro here. I think that maybe Optic's lineup is just a bit too greedy, and I feel like the Gyrocopter is pretty well set up here to be able to win these early fights in Snowball.
Okay.
I hate to agree, but VP, yeah. I just think that they're...
I'm so confused
Optic
right now.
is a little overmatched,
I thought you were totally on the NA hype train. That was all.
I'm not a biased person, okay? How dare you?
You tried to make Virtus.Pro North American earlier.
I mean, it'll happen eventually. You'll see. If they throw this game through overconfidence, they become NA officially. So just saying.
I'm being schooled here by Sunsfan. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, because the game is upon us, and it's time to send you over to our commentary team for Game 1 of our final quarterfinal.
Thanks so much, boys. Suns fan, not biased, not sure about that. As we get into our first best of 3 of the day, Brax, our last quarterfinal, it is Virtus.Pro versus Optic. The last pick, Troll Warlord, coming out from Optic. A little bit of an interesting surprise pick, perhaps, coming in for the North American team.
Yeah, very interesting, very unconventional, but of course, it is a comfort pick for Pycat, and there's a lot of synergy with the Legion Commander. Tons of physical damage with the attack speed, of course, so we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yes, we will. This is going to be a very interesting rematch of the group stage game played earlier on this week. Optic winning after being down 14K net worth, but Virtus.Pro looking for the back-to-back majors, the first back-to-back major champion since OG. That's what they're trying to attain here. In their way is going to be Optic, the green wall at the start of this best of 3 series. Winner of this moves on. They will be playing up against Team Liquid, and we will see how things start out here in terms of the laning phase and where everybody shifts and moves to.
It's always nice to see how the lane phase comes together, isn't it? We see these teams contesting runes early, getting some pressure out.
Ramses will secure the bounty rune, but he's on the run. 3-3, pretty good move speed with the IO tether and the overwhelming odds, but he can't find the kill. So it looks like Virtus.Pro are going to get 3 of the bounty runes. A good start for them in this game, Brax. Yeah,
but they had to pay for it with Terrorblade Salve, basically. So Optic Game is going to have an advantage in the offlane. Not too bad of a trade. This Roger, though, pulling the creep wave up top.
Give me that creep wave. The ranged rolling axes will go. Pycat is there to try to slow him down, but Pycat is up here alone for now. The supports will probably rotate at some point, but he's not going to... All right, well, Bane's already up here, so PPD's here, so never mind that.
I'm curious to see how this lane plays out, the Troll versus the Omni Knight. When Troll gets phase boots, he can probably do pretty well in a lane. You know, with the range form, just keeps right-clicking him, but until then, it might be a little difficult.
What do you think about the build-up for Troll now? Is it early BKB, maybe getting an SMY instead, something like that?
You know, as funny as it is, that he probably builds pretty similar to Gyro.
Yeah.
In a sense where he goes from like the phase into like a smaller item into the BKB, right?
It's like the same, there's so many of those team fight heroes. You get level 6, you start roaming around the map, like Razor, the Gyrocopter, the Jug, now the Troll Warlord being picked up as well. So it's interesting to see for Pycat, and we'll see how he gets off into his fast start. But
CNC with some unfortunate tower aggro takes all his health and damage, but oh Jesus, nice solo.
He is getting chased down. One more auto attack, not able to do the job for Solo. At the Thunderstrike coming in. Solo also getting a little low. 3-3 is the overwhelming odds available. Can he get it off and maybe go for the kill? He's got the movement speed. Now they have the tether coming in, but I don't know if they dive this tower. They thought about it for a moment. Now 3-3 will back himself up and get back to safety. Zai coming in at the right time, but not able to get the kill. Now Roger ranged rolling axes. They've got the brain sap. Purification comes in though, and that should stop any further aggression from Optic. So the dual lanes from both sides, a lot of aggressive play being made for both teams at this point.
Both teams playing extremely aggressive on the offense. Solo.
Oh, those spirits so close. They're going to go for the kill. They will get it. 3-3. First blood into Solo, even getting some extra damage onto Ramses. This IO Legion Commander.
This is not an easy lane to play against, especially with the early bottle coming out and the bounty runes for Zai. It becomes miserable.
Legion on her own can actually do pretty well, but when you pair her up with an IO, it seems pretty strong.
Yep, she becomes that much stronger. And it's actually ridiculous when you can't deny the bounty runes, too.
And they will be able to grab them pretty easily. Solo trying to contest Zai. He will take a couple of auto attacks as the Thunder Strike goes, but he has the Spirits coming in. PPD will find a Haste Rune in the top rune spot and start moving around and try to make something happen. But other than that first blood, though, it's still rather even, and the CS advantage is actually going pretty heavily for Virtus.Pro for the most part. Yeah, they're actually doing extremely well in their lanes. Pasha getting some good experience. Roger getting chased down by PPD. This is going to be a kill. A solo kill with one more auto attack. Oh, no, the purification, the last auto attack. The range rolling axis from Pycat gets it done. And they nightmare onto Pasha. They might be able to get more. He has the repel available. The whirling axis already. He's getting low. The TP rotation is there. Last auto attack and Pycat gets the double kill. They dive the tier 1 tower, and PPD with the lucky 2-minute haste room Brax comes into play. Well, that's called calculated, not luck. Completely calculated from Peter, getting the job done. Virtus.Pro, they're down now 3-0, but no big deal. They're still getting free farm for both Ramses, and the Gyrocopter is actually ahead of CS and against the Death Prophet in the mid lane for now. Yeah, it all, even with those early kills, right, still, it has to do a lot with the CS in the lanes. Gyrocopter versus the Death Prophet. I would say DP is a bit favored in this matchup just because of the long range and how much easier it is to harass the Gyrocopter. We see no one going for a Rocket Barrage style build, but Zai getting super low. Yeah, they'll rotate out with the Legion Commander. So maybe when CC&C gets more levels, this lane gets a little bit easier, potentially, with more points in the Spirit Siphon. Yeah, I'd say level 5 is when the nukes become problematic for no one, but he's doing extremely well. And we'll have to later on deal with the Ramses repelled Terrorblade. That seems like a pretty good combination. The Omni Knight making it already difficult to kill the Terrorblade, and then you have the Sunder on top of it. Ramses, he plays this hero so well, it's going to be so tough to bring him down later on. Yeah, whenever we see Terrorblade, it's always about being able to burst him before the Sunder comes up, but pair him up with the Omni Knight, it becomes even, it probably won't even happen. It's ridiculous. Conversely, you have the IO with the Death Prophet. Keeping the Death Prophet alive has always been, maybe that Oracle pick that we've seen sometimes. Now you have the IO with the Overcharge, so both teams kind of have ways to keep their heroes alive. Yep, that they do. PPD getting run down. Pasha coming in. He's dropped the repel. They have Purification available. The Brain Sap coming in. They have the Astral to come through. Onto the 2. The Bash will hit up Pycat. The Stomp's coming in, and that will keep him alive as he tries to run. He's very speedy on this Elder Titan. He's able to get away to safety. But just these 2 heroes alone are already able to do a lot of damage, even against an Omni Knight in this lane. Yeah, I like the mischance from the Whirling Axis against Elder Titan, right? He builds up that damage from the Astral Spirit, but then all of a sudden you're man-fighting this Troll Warlord and you miss half your attack. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's such a slow attack speed, makes it even better. Yep, it's a nice way to deal with the early aggression coming out from that. 5 minutes into the game, and it looks like we haven't had any big rotations, not that any are needed. Pasha has to repel in the top lane. The Whirling Axes come through a little bit too late, and he'll be able to get back to his tier 1 tower. And Optic are diving on the solo down bottom. Level 4 on 3-3. Zai's level 3. The kinetic field will come in. They have the tether, but they can't really turn and look for this disruptor. But he's pushed back at least for the moment, and this makes Ramses' life at least a little harder. That's the difference in this game, right? We see Optic Gaming's offlane pushing out some of these heroes, making it super difficult for Ramses to last it. Look at the damage. And they're just in there. 3-3 is not afraid at this point. And remember, this is a newly switched position. 3-3 came in playing the 4 position. Now they've switched him completely to the off lane. It looks to be working for Optic, at least in this early stage of the game. They almost get Ramses. They're looking for solo, a good kinetic field yet again. The overcharge coming out. They have the courier coming through. They want to dive this. They want to try to get the kill. They have no overwhelming odds, but they have to press the attack. TP coming in. They've got the Gyrocopter. He's level 6. The call down coming in, but it will miss. Now 3-3 trying to get out, trying to get away. The Glimpse will come in, and VP going to find themselves a big kill. And they're back into it just like that. 1 kill going their way, and the rotation from the Gyrocopter, you should expect it at level 6. Yep, agreed. It's a bit different since it's a mid-lane gyro, right? Usually it's the whole, I'm going to TP to a tier 2, smoke up with the support, make a rotation that way, but no one TPing down helps them. It salvages their lane. Even though Ramses is farming very, very well, Solo basically can't enter the lane at all. He gets pushed out every time. Yeah, he's not really been involved. Roger level 2 in the top lane as well. He gets bashed up once by Pycat. The repel, they're trying to get the Astral. There's the Nightmare coming in, so they can't get the Purification off. But look how fast Roger is trying to run. He's got the Fog coming in, the Whirling Axes. I don't believe it hit him. He's in the tree line now, still trying to find this kill, but he is so deep, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get this one. He's going all the way through. He's looking for a TP. Nice play from Roger to get out of that tricky situation. Well played indeed. So we've approached that time where it becomes much more difficult for a mid laner to leave the lane up against a Death Prophet, right? Can't really make those rotations, but is he actually going to kill him? 3-3 is just manning up. Yeah, he's going to back up. He's going to get glimpsed, though. They're going to bring it back. They've got the meta here. It might be enough. He's so fast on the Legion. 1 more auto attack, and they get there in time. The Thunder Strike, just enough. Virtus.Pro able to turn the corner and get the kill. 3-3 gets dropped down. Wow. Very close stuff, but a nice little pickup. And meta was used there, so now he can start pressuring the tower as well. But like you were mentioning, CC and C level 7, if the gyrocopter is to rotate at any point in the near future, the Exorcism will come out and he can try to take the tier 1 or at least put some damage onto the tower.
Yeah, but look at what they've done. No one, he's in the base healing. We have Roger soaking up some experience mid lane. Now no one can rotate anywhere or just run back down to mid lane.
Roger is 2 levels behind PPD, and he's getting Spirit Siphon and caught. He's going to get the stomp off the Brain Sap. He does get a 3-man stomp. Doesn't matter, though, as CC&C secures the kill with Spirit Siphon in the last auto attack.
Yeah, I really like IO this patch. We see a lot of these 4 positions more focused on just laning, right? And not so much in the roaming aspect. When you have IO with that fast bottle, it helps you set up for these super dominant lanes, like with the Legion Commander. The analysts were talking about Beastmaster, the same kind of style. It looks really strong.
In this match especially, it's literally been 2-1-2 the entire time. There's been few, if any, rotations. There are now as they're looking for the fight. The glimpse back to PPD is not the target they really want, but they will find that kill. Maybe they could get more out of this. The Exorcism was going. It's a lot of damage done to the tower. Posh is coming in. He's going to have to repel now. He's still taking a lot of damage from the Ghost. He's got to get back. The auto attacks won't be able to bring him down. They're all here, though, ready to defend the tower, at least for now. It'll take a little bit more damage from CC&C, but he needs to be ready to back up here once the Exorcism is done.
But look at the pressure. That even forces Pasha to TP in, so Pycat's going to do some tower damage up the top lane, too. They're making a lot of space with their movements.
Yeah, but all the meanwhile, Ramsey's still free farming in that bottom lane on the Terrorblade.
Yep, and we've seen what a free farm Terrorblade can do. This hero completely takes over the game.
We'll maybe see that man fight between the Troll and the Terrorblade at some point in the future. That's always fun to watch.
That's a weird one, since Troll has so much, or since Terrorblade has so much armor, but Troll, he does bash and attack very fast.
Exactly. Maybe bash him when the Sunder is about to come out, so Ramsey needs to be careful. They've got the Nightmare, level 4 in PPD. They have the IO coming in. Duel, I don't think is available for the Legion. He's not level 6 yet, but it is still some damage done to Ramsey. He's pushing it back, and he's holding a skill point, so if he does, in fact, get jumped on, he can Sunder, or rather grab that skill point in the Sunder at the end of it. Yep. Big stack, though. Stack Dota, we've seen a lot of it recently with the Lunas yesterday, the Gyrocopters, obviously. Pretty big part of Dota right now is getting the stacks done.
DT is so good at stacking multiple camps. You can toss the Spirit in one camp, walk into the next, pull them out, and you soak up all the Astral Spirit damage as well. You can make a play.
And they're looking for a fight bottom. The Glimpse doesn't really do much for PPD. They have the 6 for 3/3. He has just enough mana for the duel.
That was very nice for Optic. That's the Metamorphosis beating out.
Yeah, that's huge. By the way, they're still diving here. Solo might be getting run at here. They have the TP coming in from the Elder Titan. Now level 4, he got 2 levels out of the stack camps that they were taking together. The Reflection coming in from PPD. The Metamorphosis is still up for half its duration. Now the Stomp about to come through. They will avoid it. The Brain Sap coming in. Ramsey's about to get turned on, but 3/3. He's not got too much mana left. They will find Solo, though. They're going to get this kill more than likely. They get the duel off as well. The Elder Titan in trouble. The IO Tether. I don't know if they get the duel victory. They won't, but it's still a kill going the way of Optic Gaming, and it's going to be 2 for nothing. They have a ward behind the tower, and now they will turn this into a tier 1. Exorcism is back up in 5 seconds if they want to use it. I don't think they need to, Brax.
That was a great play. And that's also after the mid-tier 1 has been taken, so Optic Gaming moving very quickly. Impressive stuff.
And Ramses is forced up to the top lane trying to fight up against Pycat, who has 1,500 gold, surprisingly enough.
Pycat's actually doing a pretty decent amount of damage to him, too.
Yeah, he is. Is there any... Well, hold that thought. He's going to try to go for the kill here. The Whirling Axe is coming in, and Ramses is just dead.
Oh my god,
he just gets destroyed with a pass from Pycat. He's able to get it done.
He was trying to Sunder his eye, but he just couldn't make it there.
Yeah, he was trying to get to the back lines, not quite there in time. Pycat given the well played, the good old well played.
That's what you call calculated. As this is a popular Syndran term. He talks about priming these RNG abilities. It's important to, you know, hit a creep about 8 times and going for the kill so you can secure a bash.
Secure that bash.
And he sure primed that one real well.
RNG has nothing to do with it, I'm sure.
Not at all. Not for these professionals.
No, they know what they're doing. Pycat especially. He's doing really well. Up to 2,000 gold. He is saving his money. He is investing. I'm not sure into what, but he is in fact investing.
Yeah, unfortunately in Dota you don't make interest, so he's probably going to have to spend that pretty soon.
And we'll see.
It's actually bad to hold on to a lot of money in Dota.
2,300 gold for Pycat now.
Yeah, I'm going to assume it's going to be the Mask of Madness.
Yeah, just the farming tool. Get a little bit further ahead. You're already doing well. You're already the top net worth hero. Yep. Why not get more gold in that regard?
Oh, he actually the Demon Edge, so Battle Fury build.
That was the other choice that I was thinking about. I was going to ask you about earlier, and it makes a lot of sense as well. It's sort of the similar thought process. Meanwhile, 3/3 in the bottom lane getting stomped up. This could be a big kill. They don't have meta. 3/3 is going to go for the TP. It's going to be close. They have the glimpse back even if they... even if he was able to get out with that TP scroll. So nice play from Virtus.Pro. They rotate all of their heroes bottom to get that kill, with the exception of Pasha, who's top lane and now getting chased down. He has the Guardian Angel. He's trying to get to this Midas. Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like he gets one anyway, but is it going to be enough? The Whirling Axe is coming out. The damage is too much. Pycat secures another kill on this Troll Warlord. 3-0-1. What a start for Pycat in this top lane.
Man, the improvements Optic Gaming have made from this tournament compared to the last tournament is very, you can see it. You know, in their gameplay, their early game looks very solid. Before they were pretty shaky, unstable, I would say, but they look a lot better.
A lot of it, I think, comes to that position switch that we were just mentioning.
I agree. 33. He has 3 in his name. He's born for the Optic.
Yep, the double 3. He's even more confident about it.
Yep.
The 3 position.
This is not a one-sided game. This is a Terrorblade and a Gyrocopter. We've seen exactly what these heroes can do. Gyrocopter, once he picks up some of those stacks, gets in these team fights, call down is ridiculous. And it's also a pretty good answer to the IO in general, just because the flat cannon hits hit the IO, so you can't keep bottling to heal up your allies. Makes it very dangerous to stay in.
It's a good point. Bursting down that IO, I think, is going to be a pretty important aspect of this game.
Yep.
Getting into the back lines. They don't really have that big initiator like they would usually have with Pasha on the Sand King.
Right.
It's kind of tough to get back there. You have Glimpse and Static Storm, which is very useful.
It's more like team fight control, right?
Yeah.
You have like the Echo Stomp from the Elder Titan and Disruptor. It's good when they relocate into a fight. But yeah, without that, it's pretty hard to start a fight.
Virtus.Pro definitely got great counter initiation, but they will have to lose their tier 2 tower in the bottom lane as the push commences, and they're trying to take the tier 1 top, but the trade obviously favors Optic in this scenario.
Yeah, it's funny that both teams have this one hero with a really long cooldown. Like Optic Gaming are playing off CCNC's Exorcism, then VP are playing off Ramsey's Metamorphosis, and that's like the big. It's the green light to take an objective, right? Every time you have that up, oh, we can go knock down a tier 2, a tier 1. Every time we have this ability, we're able to go fight, and look at this. With no Exorcism, VP smoking up, trying to make a play.
This is the perfect time for it, too. PPD will break the smoke again. We've seen it so many times in the group stages, and he will actually make it so that Virtus.Pro can't find anything. It was the perfect time to smoke for Virtus.Pro, but they won't be able to get anything done with it.
Yep.
Maybe save a few wards placed down. So there is that. Virtus.Pro can hang their hat on the fact that they've got some vision in the enemy jungle.
That is like the ultimate feels bad.
Yeah.
Right, smoked up, 5 position breaks the smoke, can't even kill him. But yeah, as you said, they did get a lot of deep wards down, so that'll help them continue to get a lot of farm, but Pycat with the Battle Fury starting to skyrocket in terms of farm speed. How can they keep up, Mon?
I mean, he's huge, and we're not going to see the Terrorblade Battle Fury. We'll see instead the Dragonlance. So, I mean, Terrorblade can farm pretty quickly himself, but Pycat in this game is a farming monster. The Troll Warlord is already really good at hitting creeps and doing it quickly. With the Battle Fury, it makes it even easier for him. They have a Gyrocopter to fall back on as well, who, again, not the best creep healer, but still pretty good.
It's not just the Battle Fury, though, too. It's the IO tether also.
Right.
So he runs between these camps, essentially hasted. He's not really in danger if he gets ganked, because there's always the relocate out save. And as you talked about for the initiation, it's going to be what? The Elder Titan speared into the Stomp and then into a Glimpse. It takes a long time, and it's not very reliable.
Yeah, there's really no instant disable coming in from Virtus.Pro that you would like to have in order to get these kills.
Yep. And look at the way 33 can play down bottom. He just camps a side lane in fog, waiting for someone to show. There's always that blink duel potential with the relocate on top, so no solo hero can actually show. They've always got to be careful.
Ramses is really close to him. They're going to try to set something up. 3-3 was at the wave, so this Blink Dagger that he just purchased is, of course, revealed. And this is where it gets a little scary for Virtus.Pro. They have this initiation potential for Optic. Not to mention the Fiend script is up on PPD as well. So we're starting to get to those abilities, and not just those abilities, but also the Virtus.Pro abilities like the Static Storm for the Disruptor and the Earth Splitter from the Elder Titan. In the meantime, PPD is going to find himself in a lot of trouble here. He's going to get caught. This will be a nice little pickup for Virtus.Pro and some more room to work with, as no one will get the kill and some extra gold to boot.
I like to call that one the scouting mission. Yep, don't worry guys, I found him.
Space created.
It works every time.
Yeah.
You know, even though that was the smoke from the support duo, they still got some wards down. I mean, look at the vision coming out from VP. It's very good.
Yeah.
This is exactly what they need to keep on farming and look for these key pickoffs and not fall victim to the relocate into the LC duel game.
They have 5 wards on the map right now for Virtus.Pro. That is an insane amount of vision that they have.
Yep.
And that could lead them to getting these kills. I believe they're about to smoke for Virtus.Pro potentially. They bought one on solo.
Oh, there's the duel down bottom.
They're going to try to find this. They have plenty of damage coming in. The Earth Splitter comes in too late. That's a big kill. Optic finding Ramses getting dropped down. Dead for 44 seconds now, and it's now a 4K lead for Optic Gaming.
My God, and we're getting to the point of the game where Troll Warlord can very easily take Roshan too. So that's going to be another objective available once they start knocking down some of these towers to gain back map control in that area.
He pretty much has a full SNY at this point. along with the Battle Fury. In the meantime, Virtus.Pro will do what they can in trying to push the mid lane, and they're getting close to taking the tower, but the rest of Optic are rotating in, trying to collapse on this mid lane. And I think that's going to signify Virtus.Pro backing up now. PPD looking for that grip, can't quite get there. They get the silence off. The glimpse comes in, though, onto CC&C, and that should be the end of any engagement. Although 3-3 was still looking for that blink duel, but it was on cooldown for 5 seconds.
There's a stomp.
They might find the skill to press the attack, though. The call down will be hit onto PPD, but he's trying to bait something. He knows that they didn't have Ramses for another few seconds, but now Optic will back themselves up back to their side of the river with the exception of CC&C.
Man, that's so awkward. They managed to land the stomp, then drop the cooldown, or the call down, but then all of a sudden press the attack comes out, and your one setup disable didn't set up anything.
No.
That's rough. That kind of illustrates how difficult it is for them to be able to catch. And we see Pasha goes back for the Hand of Midas because he knows nothing's really going to happen. They're in full farm mode with the Gyrocopter and Parablade. They want to scale and get to those next items.
Despite Virtus.Pro being down 5K, that counter initiation is still very dangerous. The Static Storm, the Earth Splitter, the Astral, and the Stomp.
It really comes into play when one of their cores get jumped, right? And then all of a sudden, Optic Gaming come rushing in to try to finish off like a low Terrorblade, for example.
Yeah.
When they're grouped up and they take a team fight, they're very strong.
Duel onto no one. They might be able to find the kill. They don't have anybody else coming in. The Brain Sap comes through. The Stomp is there. The Nightmare coming out. They want to try to set this up now. They have the overwhelming odds. They need 2 more auto attacks. He's going to pop the drum charge. No one trying to get the Roach Crit, and they actually might get this kill onto 3-3. What a play from no one. And now PPD getting chased down. It's going to be 2 dead. Virtus.Pro finding the turnaround. The Stomp was there, but here comes Pycat. He'll get one. He almost gets 2, but Ramses gets a triple kill. No one's back into the break. The GA comes out. The ultra kill from Ramses. 4 dead. Virtus.Pro turn it right around, and it all depends on that Stomp counter initiation that, well, we just talked about, Brex.
That's right, we did indeed, and that's how dangerous it is, Mon. I can't believe that they were unable to kill no one in the duel. They didn't have the Troll ultimate ready for that duel, and that was just that tiny bit of damage they needed. And then he even goes for, it honestly comes down to a difference of one, what's it called? The passive, the counterattack thing. The moment of courage problem, right? That's literally all it comes down to. Just one more hit.
Just the RNG not being with him there in that scenario, but...
Yep. If he gets that kill too, then there's no reason for them to chase. They reset, they get a nice clean pick off, and then all of a sudden VP are wasting their time, but wow, VP pull off a massive team fight.
And they're trying to continue to press their advantage now. They have secured themselves...
Is this a Roshan's?
Maybe a kill on PPD now with the Astral coming in, and he's just dead. The press the attack comes in too late. Not that it would have mattered. He's just done. They'll drop the call down, but the blink comes out in time from the Legion Commander. And what was once a 5K lead, Rex, has been wiped out completely, and now the net worth is 100% even as the graph continues to spike up in favor of Virtus.Pro.
In the blink of an eye, all the advantage is completely gone.
And that's what insane. That's what you can give this team. They're so good at just taking that one fight and getting so much out of it, and that's exactly what they did. And they can even, like you mentioned, take Roche at some point in the near future.
Yeah, Optic perhaps making a bit of an, overly optimistic play there, right? Going for that. They are totally content with just out-farming on the map, but with that play up, no one's scouting with the Invis.
Pycat has TP, he has no BKB, he has the SMY. He's pretty tanky, but they could still find the kill if they have enough heroes. Also nearby is Zai. He might be the one to grab this gank. No one's still chasing after Pycat. They have the IO tether, the glimpse back, so they can't get the relocate, so Zai's dead. And they get the rocket barrage off. They actually got the relocate off in time, but I'm not sure. Are they going to try to fight this for Optic? It looks like they might set this up. This could be a big fight here. Optic are getting ready to go. They have the 3-3 duel, and it looks like Virtus.Pro are going to back away, so Zai survives somehow, but he does get it done.
Yep, VP placed a nice observer ward, but Optic Gaming defend their IO player. That's a true team mod. Nobody left behind.
And now they're trying to find more. CC&C with the Yules in the mid lane. They've got the silence. The duel comes out. The Spirit Siphon. Nice big pickup for Optic, and they'll get the game going back in their direction.
And meanwhile, they've been doing Roche the entire time too, so very unexpected.
Troll is taking it so quickly. Pycat's going to find the Aegis, and suddenly they get a couple of kills, they get a couple of objectives, and they keep their IO alive, and they turn things right back around.
Hey, Mont, the whole momentum of the game got shifted again.
Wow.
Just like that.
It's crazy. It's just one of those things. You have these types of players. They're going to maybe find no one in the meantime in the tree line.
He's so close.
Yeah, he actually might get called down and killed if he's not careful. No one's going to have the drum charge available. 3-3 still coming in, looking for a fight. The rocket barrage is there. The Astral, they'll get PPD. Can they get anything else?
Oh, boy.
Ramses is here. He's got the Metamorphosis. CC&C getting chased down. That's a mega kill spree. Maybe they could find 3-3. The Earth Splitter, they've got the stop. The rocket barrage. They'll lose 3 heroes. A double kill for no one. Now up to a mega kill spree, and they're going to try to turn this into a tier 2 tower. And the momentum shifts again, Brex.
My goodness, what just happened? They Optic Gaming bait themselves in, trying to find no one in the trees, but VP they placed that ward there when they ganked Zai earlier and he relocated out, so they're able to set up in time and turn it completely.
And this is the great thing about Terrorblade. You take one engagement that goes your way and you're close to a tower and that tower just melts. There's nothing you can do about it.
He knocks those towers down so quickly. But meanwhile, Pycat is still very, very farmed. And of course he has the buffs from the Wisp, so he can go toe-to-toe with heroes like the Terrorblade.
See a replay here. And he was getting fogged for the most part, but eventually he found PPD with a homing missile on him.
Yep, and they thought they caught him, but VP with that Observer Ward scouts all this out, and they're able to prepare. And CCNC can't even get into the fight, and he just gets ran down.
And this Terrorblade, as soon as they pop the meta, there's not really anything CCNC can do. And then they find the Earth Splitter set up onto 3-3 and the double kills. Really simple stuff for no one. He just gets the Rocket Barrage. So, Optic, they are sitting at a 1K deficit for now.
Yep, but still, that's not very significant, right? It's more about the flow, the pace. When you look at VP's wards on the map, you can see how dominant they've been, right? They have wards behind lanes, in jungle camps, in the enemy jungle. Just, it shows all these places that they could make more aggressive plays. And then when you look at Optic Gaming side, it's not the same. They've got one ward on their side of the map, so they're unable to make as aggressive a play. But here we go. It's smoke time. They're going to move out, but VP should have an idea of where they generally are, just because that is a reward behind the tower in the Tier 2.
All right, so we will have Optic moving together as a team trying to find something, but VP, they've scanned, they know something is up. There's a ward drop for Optic, but that's not going to really be a consolation prize. And Virtus.Pro playing very smartly. They even have no one pushing out the top lane at this point. The split push is continuing, and Optic are just sitting here, and there's not much they can do.
Well, here the Ghost Mot. It's time to pressure this Tier 2.
Exorcism is going to go. They'll try to find this Tier 2 tower. Maybe they can go into the top lane and try to split push that as well. But Stomp coming in, trying to defend this.
They even find the ward placed out from Optic Gaming as well.
They have the Tier 2 tower getting dropped down lower and lower. Ramses is looking maybe to contest this. They're going to back themselves up.Ey're going to just let this go. I think they smoked, though. I think they're trying to run right after Optic at this point.
Yeah, they want to fight with the Exorcism being down.
Exactly. Exorcism is down. It's go time. It's try to set this up. Try to find a glimpse back. Try to find a Static Storm fight going your way. You have
the ghosts are exposing where they are as well.
They get the glimpse. That'll be onto Zai. He gets Static Storm. He can't relocate out. The Stomp's about to come through. The mech will come in. He's still tanky, but not enough to survive all of that burst damage. They have the Earth Splitter. PPD is able to get away just in time, but they've got the Yule Scepter to set up even more. Ramses is coming in. He's got the meta. They don't even need to use it. PPD about to fall, and no one getting an unstoppable spree now. They're getting so many kills, 2 quick ones, and now they can push in and take the Tier 2 themselves as they still have that Metamorphosis available, Brax.
Wow, very smooth play from VP, just smoking up and running after Optic Gaming. You know, even if Optic know it's coming, with the bonus movement speed from the smoke and with the great catch from Disruptor, they're going to get caught.
They get another glimpse back. They're going to get the BKB off on a CCNC. That is the 10-second BKB timing with nothing. He can't get the Exorcism. He can't get a fight going. He has to use it to stay alive. Roger getting forced forward, trying to find this fight. They got the Yule Scepter onto Pycat. Troll Warlord has his own BKB and the Aegis to work with, but they will find the Tier 2 tower for Virtus.Pro, and they can back up shortly thereafter. Back and forth we go, Brax.
Yep, no Exorcism, no BKB. There's no way Optic Gaming can fight this, even with the Aegis. It's essentially a farming Aegis. You know, Pycat's trying to make use of it here.
He can BKB, he will. He's looking for Ramses. This is a tough fight when they get the force away, and Ramses is fine. And they can't find anything with this 10-second BKB either. Optic lose out on all of this, and Virtus.Pro disengaging so well and even still finding that Tier 2 tower.
It's funny how both teams, Pycat going to get Yules here?
No BKB. He's got the Aegis, but he's getting low. The reflection comes out, the press the attack, the IO tether with the move speed. They're still chasing down with that the reflection illusion, but they can't find anything with it. The homing missile will hit him.
They're just poking at him. Yeah. They're not, you know, they could have stomped to try to set something else up even further, but they don't want to commit super hard into the Aegis, right? They want Optic Gaming to jump them, to walk into the Terrorblade, into the Gyrocopter, and the Omniac just makes positioning so much easier, but unless that happens, they don't want to take a fight. Very disciplined.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what Virtus.Pro have been this entire game. They've really... when they've been given an inch, they've taken a mile, essentially, and that's they've gotten a lot out of it. They now have the top net worth hero in the Terrorblade. He has just surpassed that of Pycat on the Troll Warlord, who's still having a great game, but Ramses, whenever his Metamorphosis is up, they have to run. I don't think they can really fight into it, maybe with Exorcism, but those timings have never really aligned for the two teams.
Agreed. It's like one team uses their big cooldown to push a tower or take some sort of fight, and then the other team looks for it again right away. It's never these two abilities fighting into each other. It's both teams just trying to dodge and play around each other's cooldowns.
Yeah. It is still a 4K lead for Virtus.Pro. They're in a very good position now. They're still trying to take all these outer towers. They've gotten the tier 2s in both top and mid, but they're looking for the tier 1 and the tier 2 in the bottom lane. Metamorphosis should be back up soon. 45 seconds is the timing. Roshan will respawn at the very least in 2 minutes' time. Wait and see when that happens, but they're going to try for a duel on the bottom lane. The Guardian Angel comes out. No one is fine, and they turn it right around, and 3-3 is dead. The Earth Splitter coming in there looking for the IO. Zai's down. A double kill for no one. 6K lead, and they're trying to find a third. They get the glimpse back onto PBD, and he will also fall. Big plays from Virtus.Pro. They have an 18-11 kill score advantage, and they are doing great. And this is, again, this timing where they have the Metamorphosis back up now, Brex.
Man, it looked like a very clear mistake from Optic Gaming, but of course, they don't see what we see, right? They see a potentially free pickoff, but look at the wards coming out from VP. They know where Optic Gaming are generally playing. They have a ward in the mid lane, then one in the upper jungle. So of course, if they're not anywhere there, they must be in our own jungle, attempting to make a play on the bottom lane. And they just sat there behind him. Pasha with the blink dagger lets them get the Guardian Angel off instantly. That's a big counter, right? GA against all this physical damage.
They just can't do anything. And the vision advantage you were talking about, it's significant. That's one of the reasons why they're winning this game. And they're about to get almost a full set of racks here. CC&C pops the exorcism into the BKB. They want Ramses. He has the Sunder available. They'll force him away now. Optic trying to find anything. The glimpse back onto 3-3, though. He's back in the well, trying to get out. They're still chasing at this point, but Pasha's repelled up. The Ghost will do a little bit, but Ramses is back and gets the Sunder. The Static Storm comes out as well, and CC&C is destroyed. The Purification of the Rocket Rush. Pycat is now trying to fight, but what can he do? He'll get at least one kill on the Omni Knight, but here comes the Flak Cannon. Here comes the Gyrocopter. The Tether Mech, it's big, and they're actually going to turn it around and get two. Pycat gets a double kill. They're looking for another one. The Glimpse comes back in for 3-3. Can he get the duel off? He cannot find it on his solo, who gets back into the river. They're still looking for Ramses. He's got no meta. Good force into the other side of the trees, though, in Optic. They at least get a couple of kills. They'll lose CC&C, but Pycat, when you have the IO tethered with him, he can do a lot of damage in these fights, Brax.
My God, when the burst heal came out from the IO too, it just turned the whole entire fight. Troll Warlord, yeah, he's very strong, and he's at top of the network charts. Combine him up with the IO, and he gets a million times stronger. And that's going to be like the big difference maker in these current fights. It looks so good for VP with the Sunder onto CC&C. They kill him off instantly, but didn't really matter, huh?
They got some of the buildings taken on Virtus.Pro side, and now Optic are trying to do the same thing. They want to force a buyback out of no one on the Gyrocopter, and they might be able to do so here, but the Glyph will go first, but Pycat, he can take buildings rather quickly. I mean, Battle Trance comes in, and this building just melts now. The Tier 3 will fall. They might need to get out, though. They need to be careful. The Elder Titan back into the fray. Static Storm's still not up yet, so they don't have that ready. Pycat should have the BKB up and ready to go, and he does. The Stomp will go through, but there's the press the attack. The range whirling axes. Ramsey's running right back in, but the buildings are now evened up, it looks like, for the most part. They'll try to get through the kinetic field. They can try to chase him with a reflection, but I don't know if they really want to. The comes back, he might just BKB and TP, and he will do just that. The Earth Splitter won't be there in time. It's a lot of damage being done, but he's able to get away, and we are going, again, back and forth, Brax.
Yep, very smart way of Pycat to disengage that fight. He knows there is the glimpse available. He could do it immediately, but then there's a chance that some of his teammates get caught by doing that. He frees up that disengage, but now, look what's up, Mont Roshan. And Metamorphosis is up in 10 seconds.
There's Exorcism in 15. If Optic want to contest this, they can, but this will fall very quickly. Virtus.Pro have a lot of damage. Even just between Ramses and no one, when you add everybody else in this pit, it's pretty ridiculous how quickly they can take this. And I imagine this might be ages and cheese for Virtus.Pro. I don't think there's any way that Optic can get there in time, and it looks like they're not even ready.
No, not at all. And how can they even fight without the Exorcism? I guess it just did come up, but they didn't have it up previously, so it makes you not want to fight when you don't have your abilities.
The scan comes in too little too late. The cheese is left in the pit, by the way. They're just running straight down mid, trying to find anything they can, but I believe the cheese is still there. It's just sitting inside the roast pit right now, Brax.
I guess Ramses just doesn't like cheese.
Yeah. You know, that happens to some people. I know Suns fan doesn't like it either. But
yeah, I don't judge. Everyone has their preferences.
Right. Well, we will see Virtus.Pro now group up together. Optic have smoked, maybe trying to find something. I think they might have smoked preemptively looking for a Roche contention, but
it is still hard to walk up the hill, right? Especially when the Troll Warlord just stands his ground up there on the high ground with the IO. Makes it very difficult to get past this wall, but VP gonna back up, take these bottom tier 1 and tier 2 towers.
Yeah.
It's just free money for them. These are towers that Optic Gaming do not want to defend at all, and they're just gonna take some time, split push, try to take a tower of their own.
They walked right past the Roche pit. Optic were so close to finding that cheese. Oh. That would have been pretty funny, but they'll get the tier 1 tower instead. They can still go back on the way back.
I wonder when that's going to click in one of the players' minds, like, hey, so who's got the cheese? Hey, give me that cheese. Wait,
where
what happened?
One of these teams has to find it sooner or later.
So close.
He's thinking about going into the pit, but nope.
Yep.
He will instead head back with the rest of his team, actually go to the top lane for now. But yeah, getting the tier 1 tower bottom, some extra room for Virtus.Pro. Setting up in the bottom lane is Optic, maybe trying to find something. They have some wards too. Virtus.Pro aren't going to make too much happen. Ramses is... everybody's walking by.
You know what's funny is Ramses would actually be the best cheese carrier.
Yeah.
Right? Since he's terrible, he doesn't want the Aegis.
It just
wants
must smell
burst
bad or something. They just don't want to get into the pit. It's got to be stinky.
Some real stinky cheese?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to carry that either.
Yeah.
Or eat it.
It's still in there. We'll keep the clock running to see how long.
Somebody start the timer.
Yeah,
I want to see how long that thing sits there. Let's see how long it ages.
Virtus.Pro will back up. It looks like they're trying to go for a smoke, and they will. And Optic are all sitting down bottom, so if a fight is about to happen, they might be ready for it. A range creep will spot out 3-3, so they know the Legion Commander is down here as well. Optic getting a little bit split up.
CC&C up very, very far.
Pycat is up close now. He sees Solo. Instead, the Rocket Barrage goes from no one on to CC&C. He can BKB. He won't actually. He gets glimpsed back. Now he's in trouble, and he's bursted. BKB comes out, but it's too little too late. A big kill. He's dead for 70. He has the buyback available. Now 3-3's on the run as well. No one's BKB is pop looking for the Rocket Barrage, and 3-3 should fall as well. 2 quick kills, and, well, I guess CC&C just resigned his fate at that point once the glimpse happened.
Yeah, these are some costly deaths for Optic Gaming. 55 seconds with no death profit and the BKB charge being used. It's go time. Maybe Optic Gaming can split push. Troll Warlord does a ridiculous amount of ability damage, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. Pycat and Zion running it down mid lane.
Force the TPs back from Virtus.Pro, but they will take the tier 2 tower bottom at the very least.
With Pycat's BKB TP, he's not afraid of getting caught. He can always just stand his ground and deal as much damage as possible.
They'll glyph preemptively. They'll TP everyone back. They secured the tier 2. They could have gotten more out of this, but because of the split push, now they're relocating away, and they will make it to safety. I think Zai might die here, but...
yeah, he'll definitely die. They were trying to pick off Ramses, who happened to be TPing out there, but wasn't fast enough. But still, very heads-up play from Optic Gaming, able to save their racks that way.
They missed time to stomp, but it doesn't really matter. He's dead one way or the other. He does buy his Guardian Greaves before going down at the very least.
Yep. Very nice. Oh, do we have a little courier snatch on the cheese? What happened?
Somebody got it. Somebody has that cheese. It's not in the pit anymore.
Ramsey finally found it. Okay.
Yeah.
He recognized something was wrong.
It took them a while, but they finally got the cheese in their inventory. And you're right, that is the best hero to have it on.
That was still a really good play from Optic, even though Zai died with the relocate there. It helped buy them some time after dying with 2 heroes in the bottom lane. Otherwise, they would have just lost the racks for free. It was a good play.
So let's talk about the items racks, because we've gotten a lot of them that we haven't really mentioned. There's 2 Lincoln Spheres for Virtus.Pro against the duo of the Legion Commander.
That's very big.
You have a Lincoln Sphere on Pycat for Optic. And there's the Greaves that we were just discussing. Pasha's picking up, I think, an Aghanim Scepter. He's trying to get to that point.
You know, when you look at the Lincoln Sphere on the side of Optic Gaming, you think there's not a whole lot of spells to break it. But when you BKB with the Lincoln Sphere on, you can't get sundered.
Yeah.
Right? And when he's just sitting there man-fighting the Terrorblade, that could be the difference.
But right now, it's just the 1 Lincoln Sphere. So there's still other targets for Optic to be sundered if they're not careful.
Yes, that's true.
Scotty is now done for the Terrorblade 2. That is his next item. Ramses is getting into critical mass now.
A lot of the times against Terrorblade, we see Lotus Orbs come out. When you Lotus Orb that core hero, he can't use the Sunder because it just reverses it right back.
Also good against Nullifier.
Yep.
If that were to ever come out in this game, it's still a ways away.
Well, not Terrorblade holds 2 Nullifiers, so it's pretty good against him.
Aeon Disc up for the Death Prophet. We've seen this item picked up more and more often now.
Yep.
You just want to survive, and there's a lot of burst damage. And if you could just survive, keep the Ghost going, and get back into a better position, maybe with the IO Tether to heal him up, that'll at least keep the fight going in Optic's favor.
It's a very nice fight reset item, and I'm glad that Death Prophet players have started picking this up a bit more. It makes sense on the hero, right? Your primary goal is to stay alive as long as possible.
Sure, you're missing out on some damage for like 2 seconds, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's not like big burst damage or anything for the most part.
Right, if you jump a hero with this item and you're unable to kill them, then you pretty much lose the fight.
And now CC&C will get even tankier, get the 500 health talent at level 20. PPD looking for Fiend's Grip. We haven't actually seen one this game, I don't think. 3-3, they've got the Stomp to come in. They have the Static Storm ready, the Earth Splitter. This is going to be a big fight. Virtus.Pro, they've got the Euls, but 3-3 already almost dead, and he is. Pasha blinks in, and he gets the Purification off. 3-3 as buyback. That's the Aeon Disc down, and now you back up, I think, if you're Virtus.Pro. You try not to go too far now that you've forced that Legion Commander back into the game. Still looking for Pycat. The Lincoln Sphere is broken. Roger might get chased down by Pycat as the Whirling Arrow, the ranged axe is going. 3-3 still looking for some sort of initiation. Ramses has the Lincoln Sphere on him. The double Lincoln Sphere break. They're trying to find anything that they can with the Spirit Siphon. They really can't turn the initiation onto Ramses, and now repelled as well. And the tier 3 tower will be taken by Virtus.Pro. They're inching forward. They have a 12K lead. They're still looking for more now. CC&C continually getting hit by a Thunderstrike. They have the Nightmare now up onto the Elder Titan. Pycat getting a little bit low. Ramsey's hitting pretty hard now with his Metamorphosis. Still going to work on the racks here. The Lincoln Sphere broken again by PPD. They want anything. They glimpse back, and this is going to be PPD in trouble. Pycat now trying to fight no one. Pops the BKB. Ramsey's getting man-fought as well. The Legion duel is there. They've got the feeds from the GA. Comes out of time, and they turned it. Pasha with a beautiful GA, and Roger finds himself a double kill. They'll get 3 down for Optic. There are no buybacks, and just like that, Virtus.Pro might have taken this game 1-0 just with those 3 kills alone, Brax.
Somewhere out there, Sir Action Slacks is smiling. Omni Knight showing his power, flexing his muscles. Guardian Angel against an all-physical damage lineup. Looks so strong. There's nothing they can do about it.
Usually he cries because it means Omni Knight might get nerfed.
Oh, I know.
Clem's back onto Pycat now. He might be in trouble. He has no BKB, but they still are focusing on their objectives in the top lane. CC&C is forced to pop the Exorcism. He is still tanky. He's still healthy right now, but he's about to get chased down by Ramses and no one, and that will secure the kill. He's dead for 75 seconds, and now that should be Mega Creeps and potentially the game for Virtus.Pro here in Game 1. Pycat will try to do anything that he can. He's still alone. It is a 5v1, and he's getting ganged up on and dropped out, and Virtus.Pro now 21K ahead, and Mega Creeps will be done. He will buy back into this game, trying to keep it even as long as possible, but it seems like it's too little too late right now, Braggs.
Yep, Pycat versus the world, even though he's so farmed, so strong, he just can't do anything against the Guardian Angel once it comes out. It's actually ridiculous. The level of team fight that VP have when they're just grouped up as 5 is just not fightable at this stage of the game. We're talking about a repelled TB with the Guardian Angel to, you know, let him get that Sunder off every time.
And you know, we were discussing the initiation problems for Virtus.Pro, but it never seems like it was an issue. They got blink dueled half the time, and they would just come in with the Guardian Angel.
Right, the counter initiation is so good.
Exactly. And so that's really been the story of the game for Virtus.Pro. That, and I think the vision, for me, has been critical.
I think that they outplayed Optic heavily in the mid-game with the vision. Optic Gaming, they came out real fast in the lanes, but the vision in the mid-game let them make all these key plays where they definitely did outmove Optic on the map. They're able to bait targets and set up a lot of plays. It's very nice to see.
So a 25K advantage for Virtus.Pro. They have Mega Creeps. They now have an MKB onto Ramses. Really, all they need to do is wait for the next Roshan. They don't even need to do that. They could just go as 5 with the Mega Creeps, push the waves in, and go from there.
As long as they hold their ground together and Pasha doesn't get jumped on in the background, he's always going to have that Blink Guardian Angel to help reset the fight.
And now it's an Aghanim Scepter GA. It is a 10-second duration of that Guardian Angel. That is an insanely long time when you think about a team fight in Dota 2.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you look at the ways around that for Optic, right? What's their magic damage situation? Well, we've got some Crypt Swarms to throw out every now and then. PPD, Brain Set. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's certainly not looking good. That is an understatement for Optic, but they will try to find something for Virtus.Pro. PPD might be the target. He's able to move away from Ramses, who's walking uphill, level 22. They have the glimpse back. They found 3-3, getting caught out of position, and that is a godlike spree for Ramses. They're going to try to chase down more. The Glimmer Cape comes out onto PPD, but they should have the vision. If they don't, they can just keep chasing it at this point. The call down comes in. They might spot him with the Astral, but PPD might be able to get to safety. The glimpse is back up in 2 seconds. As long as they keep vision, they might be able to get him with that glimpse, and they will.
There it is.
The meta comes out. They get the Nightmare off. Not that it matters. The Rocket Barrage is there. Optic will lose, too. He's still alive with the Glimmer, but
it's
the icing will take him down. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're going to tier 4s. They've got the meta. Optic can't really do anything. They have the Exorcism. I'm not even sure they could fight this. The GA is so good against it. The tier 4 is getting assaulted. Virtus.Pro trying to just run in. They're going to Fountain Dive. The Guardian Angel will go. Pycat getting right in. Zai will fall. Pycat's going to be the next. The BKB will not save him. And GG is called. Game 1. Well done for Virtus.Pro. Looked a little bit back and forth at the beginning of the game, Brax, but man, did they really take what Optic gave them in that game.
Yeah, it did. I mean, we saw just how strong that Omni Knight could be up against an all-physical damage lineup. It's one of these heroes you just have to watch out for when you're shaping out your draft, right?
And it was a first pick Omni, too.
Yeah.
There is a chance. I would assume maybe the ban comes out in the next game.
Very possible.
It's just so tough. There's so much to ban against Virtus.Pro. The crowd loving the performance from Virtus.Pro in this first game, the victory going their way. It is a best-of-3 series, and Optic had some things to look forward to, I think, in Game 2. They looked pretty strong throughout the beginning of the game.